in the first year, only 32% of the people taking GLP-1s, including Ozempic, were still taking the medication a year later, citing side effects, plateau, and third cost.
Yeah,
so that's 66%. That's not single digits.
Cost and shortage. But hold on, that analysis is flawed for multiple. That's why you have to look at randomized controlled trials.
38 million people.
Right. So what the way they do the analysis, they could be going out and getting compounded version. They could be going out and paying cash for these
What does
things.
it have to do with it, though? If it's compounded, it's cheaper.
I know. So it won't be in that report, though. That's what I'm saying. So it'll look like they stopped it.
Well, 17% is still 3 times more than...
I'd have to look at the flow trial. That's the one that just came out.
Okay. 17% left the trial because they couldn't tolerate side effects.
Step one, I'm looking at it right now. It was 7% in the semaglutide group versus 3% discontinued.
It's literally, I will pull it up. I'll make sure to pull it up. 17%. Flow Illustrated, 17% left the trial because they couldn't tolerate the side effects.
And remember, that one was for just simply looking at chronic kidney disease. We're looking at the actual obesity trial.
But you're suggesting that the side effects aren't bad and that single digits quit.
We're not saying
people do get severe nausea
and stuff.
I will say that
it's all about risk benefit.
Patients tell me, you will take my Wegovy or Zepbound from my cold dead hand. Do not ever try to stop this from me. No, some people do want to get off of it. They try to wean off it. But like most people, when they, like, even despite a little mild nausea. However, a small percentage...
Nausea? One woman said she vomited so much her teeth cracked.
One woman says it was so bad it sent her to the emergency room several times. She says she vomited so much that she lost teeth.
That was in a podcast that was through the Wall Street Journal. I mean...
So this also highlights this also highlights why you have to be very careful in titration. Some doctors keep cranking up the dose. You want to have good dietitians who will help with the lifestyle modifications to help minimize side effects as well. Because if people eat heavy meals like a pizza, and the medicine should help them eat fewer, but they try to stress test these medicines. They eat a pizza, they feel terrible.
Diet is so important on these. So nutrition quality.
So if you keep sometimes we actually go down in a dose because they don't tolerate it. And so sometimes in these trials, they just have protocols where they just keep cranking it up. And then in the real world, people that don't know how to use these medicines, the doctors crank it up because they don't know any better, and the patients come back, and then that's where they end up in the hospital. They need to get an IV. They need the antiemetics and that type of thing. We try to keep them out of the hospital, but we're not going to deny that nausea is by far the most common thing we see.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we try to counsel our patients.
It's part of the mechanism that nausea is aside. Not everyone gets nausea.
I know.
But up to
50% of these people are experiencing something to that, right? Which we'll get to. You bring up delayed gastric emptying. And I must admit, when I was on Real Time, I did in fact make a mistake about pancreatitis.
She claimed 400% increase on the show. Then on the Facebook page that when she responded to me, she said 900% increase. What do the actual data show?
He said you were 400 times more likely. Yeah. That was intestinal blockage. The answer is 900% more likely. And this is coming, so the guy that you love to rip on, Mark Hyman, was sure to send me the study from the University of British Columbia, and that was the study. So I can send you that study, University of British Columbia.
So this is why you have to look at...
Guys, there are numerous studies, by the way, dozens. And there's... I got them. Okay, study published in JAMA. Studies have found increased risk of gastrointestinal adverse events, biliary disease, pancreatitis, bowel obstruction, gastroparesis.
Not a randomized control trial.
Do you know how many there are? Randomized trials examining efficacy of GLP-1 agonists for weight loss were not designed to capture these events due to small sample sizes and short follow-up.
Yeah, sample sizes.
There are dozens of these, guys. Of which
outcome trials.
I posted about...
Hold on, here's a direct. This one's great. This is my favorite. Okay, so this one's from the Curious Journal of Medicine. You realize You guys realize this is all sent to me by endocrinologists, the ones that aren't qualified,
But then,
that I don't
why
talk to.
are the expert endocrinologists,
literally.
the ones who publish these
They're
data,
not endocrinologists, they're
Are
fucking-
paid by Novo. The trial that you're referring to is a Novo trial, Sustain 6. Okay, so this one is from the Curious Journal of Medical Science. No competing interests, by the way, not funded by Novo. The semaglutide and cardiovascular outcomes in patients with type 2 diabetes Sustain 6 trial illustrated subcutaneous semaglutide was associated with acute pancreatitis at similar rates to placebo controls. However, other studies have shown conflicting results. I have a list of them, by the way, in this abstract. It goes on and on and on. It's on the box. I mean, in fact, there have been numerous reports linking GLP-1.
but just there's a reason, and this is always
I
been
have you saying there's none.
been studied for like 30 years now. We've
There
almost
are numerous reports, and exenatide, liraglutide. It goes all the way back.
and
Analysis don't show the
all these
signal.
huge trials do not show a statistically significant problem. That's why I'm telling you.
Speaking of huge trials, I can't wait until we get to the Solex trial. And I'll send you all of these. I mean, my God, a meta-analysis of serious adverse events reported with exenatide, liraglutide, acute pancreatitis, and cancer. Pancreatitis, there literally, there are dozens of them.
The most recent meta-analysis of semaglutide specific.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the podcast, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And make sure to let me know what guests you want to see on in the future.